Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, The Property Shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Capital Region. What's going on? Sunny day. Yeah. Johnny G in the house.
Absolutely. Good to see you.
John, I don't know if you matched the dress code for today's show.
No, I don't. There's no dress
actually,
code.
You know what?
It's the weekend. There's no dress code.
No, there's no dress code. But you got a nice green shirt on, which
I got this one out of the rag bag.
You look good. You look good. There's no doubt about that. It's. I think the green actually could match because I got a guest over here, Joe Malone. You remember this guy?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe's been on the show a bunch of times now.
Hey,
in fact, he can't even stop calling in on a lot of the shows that he's
that's true.
He's full of real estate knowledge. Yeah. So Joe and I we figured, listen, it's August. It's gorgeous out. The humidity seems to have kind of subsided, and it's vacation season. And we figured, hey, you know what? Joe's a Adirondack camp owner. Lakefront camp owner. He's owned one for about 5 years now, I think. And we figured, let's talk. Well, Joe just sold a camp.
Nice.
We've sold camps before. This isn't anything new for us. But we figured, 'tis the season. Johnny G's got the green shirt on that kind of reflects the Adirondack spirit, right?
Right.
So we're going for it. And listen, Joe and I were talking in the green room. Why we're here? We're getting up to bring real estate information up to date, try to give all of our listeners. It's our mission to bring you guys everything real estate in terms of where the market conditions are, tips and tricks on how to get your home sold. More importantly, what not to do when selling your house, because I just had the pleasure of helping one of my wife's workmates through a sticky situation where unfortunately they didn't hire me, which that was probably the biggest mistake that they made. But yeah. We did help them navigate through a situation, and again, it wasn't what to do. It was what you shouldn't have done when you're selling the house. But that's why we're here. We're here for questions, advice. It's a call-in show, so you guys can give us a call at 476-5900 and ask us some questions. It's what I've been doing for 20 years now. I'm not bragging. I'm just applying for the job of selling your home. So 476-5900. Johnny G's on the switchboard. We're going to take a break. We're here from our sponsors quick, and then we're going to get right into Joe's camp show.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hey, it's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the Capital Region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at The Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agreed to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. I love that one. johnnyhasthebuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the Capital Region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, we're back. We shouldn't even taken a break because John and I just got into it over the break.
And that was my fault.
We made radio gold and no one was listening.
Yeah,
it's
we're talking camps
such
here,
a shame.
right?
You know what? There's so much to talk about today.
I know,
and just to kind of fill the listeners in what we're talking about, John had a camp home that his father's owned.
Right. Yeah, my great-grandfather built it, and, an area camp, and my father didn't want it. To make a long story short, my brother and I did a long time after that, and we couldn't get it. But it's frustrating.
Those stories happen all the time.
Those stories happen all the time.
Well, sure, and I get it, but it's just you're frustrated anyway. It was a family thing.
And back in the day, people looked at their camp or their second home as kind of a thorn. Like, we got that camp. We don't really use it much. It's a pain in the butt.
That's right.
Back then, you could buy a camp for $100,000 and
100, a lot less than 100.
They used to be like 50, 60 grand.
I think that's probably what it was. We're talking about 1971.
Yeah, you
probably 50 or 60.
You can't buy an outhouse on the water for less than $150,000 now.
That's right.
It's become such a trend.
Yeah.
Airbnb has thrown so much into the mix in terms of what a second home or lakefront property becomes as an investment.
Yeah.
And so. Let's talk more about it, Joe. I know we had some goals and topics that we were going to try to accomplish, and we've already took a turn, sideways here in our conversation. But
camps, there's so many people own camps, want to sell camps, want to buy camps.
Yeah.
Even though it's late in the season, that's still going on, and I can't imagine.
Sales definitely slow down in the wintertime, but they're still moving. But we did want to define a camp, if you're from Jersey, what's a camp, Joe?
Well, hey, John, thanks for having me on the show today again. I'm a frequent listener and also now a frequent guest.
That's right.
I've been have a camp now for the last 5 years, so I kind of get into the routine, the groove of opening, closing, and spending time up in the Adirondacks, which my wife and family and I absolutely love.
Nice.
But if you're from Jersey and you're downstate New York and you say, I'm going to camp, they think you're sending your kids, you're going to summer camp, the place you send your kids.
Camp. Yeah.
And they usually call it a cabin or a cottage.
Yeah.
Or it's a different vernacular where different parts of the country you are. We call it, around here, we say, well, we're going to camp.
Going up north,
we're going to camp.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is a cottage on the water, but that's what we call a camp.
Yeah.
It always did, yeah.
And there's different types of camps, right? There's year-round versus seasonal.
There's a lot of seasonal camps here in our area. Mine is seasonal in that we open up in beginning of May, in the middle of May, and we're there till the end of October. Actually, the fall of the year is absolutely spectacular.
I can imagine.
In the Adirondacks.
If you follow Joe on Facebook, and again, Joe's a professional photographer by trade, so he's been, if you ever get the chance to follow his thread, he sends some outstanding pictures in the fall of the camp and his surrounding area.
It's just a great place to be in the fall. Everybody thinks summer and camps, but actually the leaf peepers come up to the Adirondacks and into Vermont that time of the year, and there's a lot of people who come up just to enjoy the fall. And I hate to be talking about fall, but we're only a month away from
not ready. Not far.
They're already starting pumpkin spice lattes at Dunkin' Donuts.
We're getting there. But now, now you were giving me a fact about lakes in New York State.
Well, when we think about what is a lakefront what is a lake property, and we think about the ones we know, Sacandaga, Lake George, Saratoga Lakes, the big ones around here. But there's 7,600 lakes in New York State.
There's many small ones around here, like the one I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, what was the name of that lake?
Lauderdale.
Lauderdale.
Okay, yeah. I haven't even heard of Lauderdale.
I don't know where that is.
That's in. It's not Rensselaer County, Washington County.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So and that's the thing, John. I mean, we think of Lake George, but there's 133 other lakes in Warren County besides Lake George.
Right. Yeah.
So, and if you like the Lake George region and you can't afford to be on Lake George, guess what? There's 133 other options.
And most people can't afford Lake George. I mean, what's a foot of waterfront go for up there?
Well, it's crazy. There was a new listing that came on the market this week. It's $16 million on Lake George.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
Honest to God. It's on the MLS. It's $16 million. There's a number that are $6 and $4 million properties up there are not uncommon. Mm-hmm. And most of them, there's a lot of them that are in the $800,000 range, which is still pretty high for a lot of people to afford for a second home.
But the point of this show is
there are other properties in the area that are
lakefront can be affordable.
Yes,
it is affordable.
Yes, it can.
Right.
Through like a lot of properties have what are called association beaches. They're not exactly on the water. They're a short walk to the water, which gives you access to the water or access to a dock, so you can have your boat on the water. If you belong to a marina, you have your boat at a marina. Yeah. You're paying $100 a foot for your boat, so for at least to just keep your boat on a dock. If you have a home, if you have a cabin or a summer home that has access to the water, now all of a sudden you're not paying dock fees as you are just for the marina.
Yeah,
so it's a way to get yourself on the water. That because a lot of people, if you want a power boat, or if you're like me, I've got a 14-foot boat with an electric motor, so I can go fishing. Mm-hmm. It's all a matter of what you want to do on the lake that you happen to be on.
And that's the point. With not all the lakes being created equal, because some people just want the seclusion versus being on a Sacandaga where you got your neighbor next door to you that's walking over and all up in your business. And if you like that, that's cool, right? Like a lot of Sacandaga people, like their camp neighbors are some of their best friends in the world.
Absolutely.
And that works for them. But there's other people that are like, dude, if I'm going up to camp, I don't want to see anybody.
Actually, I just sold a property that's only accessible by boat.
Yes,
you can only get there by boat. Can you imagine? And
it's got an electric toilet.
Yeah. I mean, it's an incinerator toilet. Incinerator.
Oh yeah, sure.
I heard that kind. I didn't know about it until I listed the property. We were both
like, "What the heck is this thing?"
But I mean, there are the person that purchased it was a swimmer, and they did, and the lake that she purchased on. There's no motorboats. It's a motorboat. There's no power boats on the lake. Only electric motors.
They're not allowed, right?
Yeah. So she likes to swim, and she didn't want to be worried about having a boat run her over. And she, does these long swims in the lake. Mm-hmm. So everybody has their own kind of thing, and not every lake is made for every person. So not just a price thing, but what the stuff that you like to do when you're on the water are you a fisherman? Are you a swimmer? Or do you like to park your butt at the beach and just look at the lake with a beer in your hand? That I know people that like to do that too. Yeah. So it's all a matter of what you're into.
Joe was in his glory, John, when he listed this house. He's like, he came to the office.
I can imagine.
He's like, the only way to show it is by boat. He's like, I'm gonna have to give my showings on boat. I pictured in my mind like Joe on his little trolling electric boat and like the gatekeeper, like you got to give me the toll to get to get to the camp.
Yeah.
But I mean, he shot a lot of videos and put some posts up on that whole. That sale, but it was interesting. It was really cool, man. It was a secluded camp that you only get to by boat or by trail, right?
Yes,
real hippie, crunchy, type of.
And that type of property isn't for everybody. And we knew the buyer pool was going to be really small, but also the $16 million property isn't for everybody. Obviously. The buyer pool is really small, but there are a lot of. My camp's in Fulton County. There are 44 lakes in Fulton County. And there are a lot of small lakes that have a lot of affordable properties. And what I mean by affordable, anywhere from $150,000 to $300,000.
Yep.
Okay. And that's affordable. I'm sorry. That's an affordable property. A lot of people can do that for a second home. And they're out there. They're really out there.
Yeah, it's having a strategy, and we're gonna talk about that after the break, because we just wanted to give the listeners an idea of the definition of a lake home and the ins and outs of it. But when we come back from the break, so you guys don't hit that scam button because you guys are going to stay tuned. We're going to cover how to really know, A, what a good deal is on a lake house, and obviously working with someone, an agent that's going to be able to help you identify, locate these deals, and uncover a hidden gem, right? Like, we're going to talk about how Joe purchased his camp and how that was a hidden gem in the process that actually one of our sponsors, Kim Salerno, helped him purchase through foreclosure, that these properties you're not going to find on Zillow. You're not going to find online. Like, these are the deals that you got to be working with a group like us to figure out where to find them. We're going to talk about it after the break on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio and Talk Show.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. So, as promised, this half of the show, we're going to cover where to find the good deals. We brought Joe Malone, seasoned Adirondack camp realtor, lake owner, professional golfer.
Okay, stop there.
Cornhole thrower.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so Joe found his camp. What are you, East Stoner or West Stoner Lake? West Stoner Lake up in the Adirondacks. Not too far outside of Caroga and
just north of Canada Lake.
Canada Lake. So
it's a very popular lake up there.
Yeah. So before we even jump into finding the deals, Joe, we got a little bit of ground to cover on criteria that you really need to keep in mind before even scheduling the first showing and jumping in your car and driving an hour and 20 minutes to Canada Lakes or wherever it is. So we got to make sure that people are checking their boxes. And again, call-in show. We'd love to hear from somebody that's got questions about camp homes, or you want to just talk about real estate, or you got a debacle, you're in a situation, in a deal that you want advice on. Give us a call, 476-5900. Johnny G's at the switchboard, waiting for your call. 476-5900. Before you decide to buy, the big question is use of the property, right? Like, what are you going to use when you walk us through when you bought your camp, Joan? Like, what was going through your head, and what made you decide to be like, yeah, man, I want to buy this camp house?
Well, I think a lot of people are in the same position I was in, is that they've always dreamed of owning property on a lake or having lake rights. And how do you go about, you always look at the properties that other people have, and you're like, wow, I didn't think I can afford that. But I was out showing a client different properties, and this property that we came across, they didn't like. It was on a dirt road. There was no there was no internet connection. It was really a real rural property, and that scares a lot of people off. But those people, there are other types of properties there are condominiums on lakes, on Lake George, on the Sacandaga. There are townhomes that there's no maintenance involved. You pay a maintenance fee. The type of property they were looking for was a property that they didn't have to do anything to. They just wanted to show up on the weekends and have fun.
Right.
And everybody has a different entry point. We were looking for a very secluded property. I'm a little bit older, And we've already been on, I grew up on the Second August, power boating and water skiing and running around with my hair on fire,
Yeah.
But now I'm in my 60s, and it's like, we like quiet. We want a place where we can paddle on our kayaks and fish and have a campfire in our fire pit and roast marshmallows. Okay, so it's not it's a different point of our life, and you have to kind of match what the buyer's looking for to the right type of property. And the property we found in the upper part of Fulton County, it's right in the Fulton-Hamilton County line, and it's it's inside the Adirondacks. It's in the Adirondack Park, and it was perfect for us, but it wasn't perfect for my buyer that was looking at that day.
Right. Yep. So, did you have any? Again, use-wise, people look at these houses and say, and it's kind of time of use, right? You guys are up there every weekend. You have adult kids,
right?
Meg's up there. Your son's up there. I mean, Meg almost lives up in the garage,
right?
Right.
Well, we have it's true. Now that my kids are adults, that they're grown, my son lives out of state. When they come home, they don't want to come to Scotia where I live. They want to come to the lake house. They come to the lake house, they bring their friends.
Yeah.
That have their parents have properties close by, so they meet at their parents' lake house. They don't come to their home where they grew up.
Right. So with my point is, your camp isn't used for rental or Airbnb. The strategy for you wasn't to rent it out, right?
It wasn't. But I do have a lot of people that ask me, would you consider renting? And we have let family and friends at times use the camp when we knew we were going to be there.
But it wasn't for monetary.
No, it was not an investment. But there are a lot of people that's their first thought, is that we'll buy this place, we'll rent it out when we're not there, and then we'll use it on the hot holidays, the Memorial Day, the 4th of July, Labor Day, Columbus Day weekend. Columbus Day is a big weekend, believe it or not, late in the season because of the leaves are turning. It's a great time of the year. It's typically much, much quieter because there aren't as many people that utilize their lake properties that late in the year. I know a lot of people that close up at Labor Day. They're done at Labor Day.
Yeah.
And we call that the second half.
Yeah.
Because after Labor Day, it quiets right down, and the water's still warm to swim to at least almost to October, depending the year. And we utilize our lake property well into into October.
So how does that play into, let's say, site location or lake location, depending on what people's strategies are versus renting versus just we're gonna use this thing for our family pretty much on all the major weekends?
Well, I think you're gonna have to, wherever you live, you don't want to be farther than probably 2 hours from your second home. Reason being is it just takes too long to get there. The further away you are, the less likely you are to use it. Well, and in turn, you may want to just say, I'm going to rent it more then. If I find a property that I really like on a lake I really like, but it's 3-4 hours away, it's going to limit the amount of time that you can use it just because it takes a half a day to get there.
Right.
Okay. And then a half a day, of course, to get home. And unless you have a long weekend, it really cuts down the amount of time you could use your property. There's many times where, because I'm in the real estate business, I've got stuff going on in the weekends, like today, where I'll do my stuff in the morning, and then by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I've cracked a beer and I'm on the lake. I could get there that quickly, an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes.
That's the life for me.
And how often are people coming to you with the idea of adding value to the camp, right? So they're seeing this thing as like, okay, it's barely a 3-season home. It's almost only good for the summertime. Can we convert that? Can we add value? What's walk us through what somebody looking at that angle would.
I'm working with a buyer right now. We have an offer in on a property. It's a 3-season home, but it's on a full foundation, and many camps are on piers. They don't have a full foundation, which makes it very difficult for them to winterize. Mm-hmm. But if a camp's on a full foundation, as this one is, and in a very good location, but the entry point for that camp also was $500,000 for a seasonal camp. So there are still some pricey properties out there that are seasonal, but they could be converted into a year-round home. So there are some implications of that. Your taxes could go up once you go from seasonal to year-round, but that's part of the improvements of the property.
The strategy of the value add. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to add value to the property. It's also going to cost you a little more in taxes, but you're going to get more use out of the property. And on many lakes, we haven't talked about one thing: winter. People love to ski, snowmobile.
That's right.
People that have lake homes, many of them have snowmobiles.
Yeah.
And they're
on the lake.
Right down the road from my camp, literally 200 yards is a New York State snowmobile trail that you can get all over the upper part of Hamilton County, and on your snow machine. And people, they love snow machining, and it's a big part of summer camps.
We're getting close to time over here, Joe. We got to tell people where they can find these deals and how to find these deals.
Well, I'll tell you, deals, and what you call a deal is that it's priced less than some of the big lakes. And I always say, go west, young man, like they did back in the days when they were the country was expanding.
Joe's going to show you a house in a covered wagon if you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go west of the Capital District or east of the Capital District in those more rural areas. And you know what? If we don't think about the South as where the Catskills are, but we're so close to the Catskills, there's a lot of deals down there too. We're
going to stop you right there, Joe, because we got to take a break here for our sponsors, and we're going to talk very quickly on finding these deals and a little bit about our VIP home hunter service when we come back after the break.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, camp homes, lake homes, everything, second home, investment properties. Adirondack camp specialist Joe Malone in the studio. We were just talking about finding deals, getting deals on these types of properties. Joe, let's talk about pricing and affordability and how you use that strategy to help people identify what's a good deal in the lake house.
You got less than a minute.
We got less than a minute. Oh, my God.
You want to talk to a lender like Ben Forcucci who can help you get some ideas on how you could use the equity in your home to purchase a second home.
Correct. Because
there's equity sitting in your home right now, and a lot of people are, how do I utilize that? And that is a way to. That's how I bought my home, is with my lake home, is with the equity I had in my existing home.
That's correct. And you bought it out of foreclosure and used a good real estate attorney like Kim Salerno to help you navigate the foreclosure process. So it's like all of our vendors are coming into play here. I mean, that's a lot of the strategy. Our VIP home hunter service that we find, we go and identify these properties that are off market, not on the MLS, not anywhere to be found online, and we bring them to you guys.
It's our team. It's a team effort.
Right.
You can't do this on your own. You can't be looking on Zillow and think, I'm going to do this on my own. Ain't going to happen, guys.
And it's not going to be some rookie agent that just got his license or even somebody that's seasoned. Like, you have to be specialized in this type of stuff. And Joe and I have been doing this so long, we know how to find these properties. Listen, just quick on referrals. You know anybody looking to buy or sell, give us a call. We appreciate you guys listening to the show.
Thanks
Joe
for having
Malone,
me, Johnny.
Thanks, big guy. Next week, we got Kim Salerno coming in to talk about everything real estate law. You're not going to want to miss that show. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Johnny G, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
You guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the day, and the weather should be good for hopefully the rest of the day.
Thanks, Johnny.
Bye. Bye.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. That's johnnyhasthebuyers.com.